And her theories about children. With 97 years of experience, I think she might be onto something here. Okay, so we'll be back in a moment with the truly adorable Betty. She's 97, a touch eccentric, yeah, not kidding, and with firm and challenging views on children. Now, when we get emails about great Kiwis doing really amazing things around the country, we take the emails really, really seriously.
Yeah, so when we got a note about an eccentric-sounding 97-year-old living in a tiny town north of Whangarei, we had to investigate. Here's Kim Vanell with Betty Hooper.
What does it say at the bottom?
The first thing Betty Hooper wanted to show us was an experiment.
I've got Raro orange. I put it into boiling water.
With the powdered drink bubbling.
In here, I have water with a bit of detergent in it.
It's the colour of the yarn you need to pay attention to.
And I'm going to put it in here very quickly. That's going to simmer for 10 minutes.
The results in a minute, but first, the obvious question, why? Well, it's all to do with Betty's decades spent observing kids.
How do you think children are different now compared to 50 years ago?
Well, first of all, they're all a lot of them are too overweight.
Yes, she's a little un-PC.
There are too many kids being ding-donged with Ritalin.
Her most out there belief...
There's no such thing as ADD or ADHD.
Yep, you heard right. Betty reckons attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is a myth.
They take symptoms and turn them into new mental disorders.
At this point, Betty sounds a bit mean as heroes go, but wait and you'll see she's actually got a real soft spot for kids. Just no qualifications. Her story starts way back in England.
Born in 1920.
As a young woman, her family moved to the city and Betty went job hunting.
I just saw this advert in the paper that they wanted someone to teach intellectually handicapped children, but it had never been done before.
There are many hospitals in Britain today devoted to the care and cure of crippled children.
In those days, kids with special needs were locked up in hospitals, kept out of sight, until the end of the Second World War.
Almost every hospital had what they called a cold case ward, but we were overloaded with people coming back from the war. I mean, we were bombed out of existence, so something had to go.
So for the kids, that meant giving up their beds and going out into the world.
We took them up to London, we took them on the underground, we took them up to the zoo, we took them away on holiday. Yeah, it was exciting.
That experience sparked a lifelong interest in child development, years of self-directed research looking specifically at additives in food, which brings us back to the experiment.
No colour run.
Even when it's rinsed in water, the new colour stays.
So that means the wool has completely absorbed all of the artificial colours. What does that say to you?
Well, that's just what's it going to do to the kids inside over a period of time. It's not good.
So Betty's big on avoiding crap food. How does that help anyone? Well, we're about to explain that one too.
Okay, Betty, so we've got a little bit of a surprise for you. So next door, we've got some people who wanted to celebrate you and say thank you for everything that you do for the community.
That's very... Oh, I don't like that. I don't really like... That's very embarrassing.
Just across the road are the ladies who invited us here.
You should recognise some faces.
Even though some may think Betty's a bit eccentric.
High content of sugar.
At 97, she's still a huge help in this community, especially in schools.
She comes in once a week and she works with some children. The main focus is reading, and she spends some time one-on-one with them every week.
Betty also performs her experiments for the kids.
Her influence and her impact on the children is huge.
I just think she's done so much and largely been unrecognised.
This is one of my favourites, that one.
At 97, Betty's still a doer.
I had it copied and made it into 4 postcards.
She sells her crafts at farmers markets, recently went solo to Cuba and still drives her own car.
I was just inspired by the way she never gives up being interested in everything and wants to do more, and age isn't a criteria.
And we just really, really appreciate it. She's an inspiration.
I enjoy it though.
I know you do.
What is your attitude towards life?
I come from a different generation. I've lived through a war, a depression, a real depression and a war, and I think that teaches you to, get on with it.
She needs her own show.
I think Betty does need her own show, actually. What a brilliant woman.
She's on the money.
Yeah, I
She's
reckon.
spot on, I reckon.
All right, coming right up. Why the